Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is, why does he hurt you on purpose? Why does he hurt you on purpose? Before we get started, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, to get us started, I did pull a short video. Let's watch this video, and we have a letter. Then we're going to dive right into this letter and talk about this issue. Why does he hurt you on purpose? Here we go.
He knows he's causing you hurt and pain. He just cares more about himself. See, when you talk about disagreements or moments that you guys have had conflict and you tried to bring up how it made you feel, the way that he spoke to you, and you just want to get him to acknowledge and try to hear you and understand you. And instead, he tries to make you sound like you're so awful. Like, oh, why are you always bringing this up? You know what? You're really the problem. You know what? You're actually the narcissist because you always got something going on and I'm doing fine. It's always you. Whenever you come around, there's a problem. He actually doesn't mean any of that because what he's trying to do is make you sound different. He's trying to make you sound like you're a person that blows everything up and make it sound like that's your only agenda. When in reality, all he had to do was acknowledge it. But if he acknowledges it, then he'll have to actually admit he's wrong. And he's going to go to any length to not admit he's wrong, even if it means hurting you. So he knows it because he's heard you loud and clear. He's just not willing to do it.
Because men have such inflated egos and fragile egos and depend heavily on outside validation, specifically women, to regulate their self-worth, they intentionally will do things to hurt you, to see your reaction, to test how much you love them. They will intentionally say hurtful things to get you jealous because they want you to be jealous over them because that shows that you love them. They like when you're fighting with other women over them because that shows just how much you love them. They like having the power to be able to hurt your feelings because that just shows how much you love them. They love when you're a crybaby over them because, again, it just shows how much you love them. They like making you cry because it makes them feel powerful and it strokes their ego and makes them feel wanted and loved and desired. So men hurt you on purpose. 90% of the stuff they're doing is a test for their own ego to see, oh, how much does she care about me? Oh, let me see if she really loves me. Oh, let me see how much she loves me. It's always a test of your love. They're always trying to make sure that you love them with all your fucking heart. But they never make sure that they do the same in return. Men
Okay, you see what they said in the video. Let's dive into this letter and see what she says. I met a man. We were inseparable, but we broke up. I missed him so much. And then he contacted me. Everything was fine, but we split up again. And once again, it was over with. But I wasn't able to see the toxicity in the relationship. I thought it was real love. How? What made you think it was real love when it's an off and on relationship? You come together, you break up, you come back together, you break up. It's no good. In February 2024, we got together again until April. We had a huge physical fight and we split up again. So now you're fighting. You know, when you break up with a man or he breaks up with you, you should let that be it. You don't keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And now he's putting his hands on you. Why? Because he doesn't respect you. You don't have respect for yourself when you keep going back to him. All right? So now you've gotten into a physical fight. And in October, we tried again. See, you keep going back. This time, he was buying gifts for your daughter, and he supplied Christmas gifts for us. Men know how to come back. You know, they buy you some gifts and everything, and 9 times out of 10, you'll take them back. He was giving me money often because I lost my job. I needed more money for rent. So he said he would let me borrow $400. I eagerly accepted the money with the plan of repaying him. However, 3 months ago, he got drunk and beat me while my daughter was there. There is no difference between this time and the first time. Right, right. Because now he's got in the habit of hurting you. And apparently, you have gotten in the habit of being hurt because you keep taking him back. You see, why? Do you think it's going to change, or are you used to being treated this way? You know, there are women who were raised in a family where they saw violence, whether the mother was violent or the father was violent, and they have become accustomed to that. They just think it's normal to have these fights, okay? And it's not. It's not normal at all. I wasn't fighting back because we were in my home, so I didn't try to fight back. So what are you saying here? If you were in his home, then you would have fought back. But since you were in your home and your child was there, you didn't want your child to see you fighting. Okay, I assume that's why you didn't fight back. This has forever changed me. I've never considered myself as a silly woman or a weak woman. I've never wanted to be that person, but clearly I am. You sure are. You got that right. My question to you is, should I pay him back? I don't want to, but I'm afraid that he may snap. I'm not going back to him. I can't. I have to understand why he doesn't love me. And I don't need that extra stress that he brings to me. Okay, now here is the thing. This man never loved you. And you wondering now why he doesn't love you? He never did. You never gave him a chance to. You probably gave yourself over to him way too fast. The man never had a chance to bond to you before he was already having sex with you. You see? And he has a violent temper. So you never really got a chance to know him either. So now here you are stuck with him. And he's putting his hands on you. And you're still going back because you are in need. Just like you said here, you lost your job. So who did you go to get money? Him. The abuser. You went right to him to get the money. And he gave it to you. All right? He gave it to you. But now you had the idea to repay him. This is what you said, whether you were able to repay him or not. I guess you were going to pay him over time. That just kind of drew out his presence in your life. All right? You never should have went to him for money. That's the thing. All right? Because it showed that you didn't respect yourself, that you needed the money more than you needed your own peace and sanity. So now you're questioning whether you should pay him back or not now that he's beat you up again. Yeah, you should pay him back. Give him back his money and be done with him. Now, the thing about it is, do you have the money to pay him back with? Now, see, I doubted if you even have the money to pay him back with. So now you feel like you're stuck because he's going to come in and out because of that money. You understand? You don't know what to do. And he will probably come over there and start harassing you about the $400. On top of that, this man doesn't love you. He's just been using you the whole time. This isn't love at all. I honestly can't believe a woman like me was in an abusive relationship. And I didn't know that I was walking on eggshells and not living life how I was before he came back. Here is the thing. When you broke up, and every time you broke up, you're sitting around missing him, thinking about him, thinking that maybe you pushed him too far, or maybe you made the mistake of aggravating him, things like that. That's what women do. You sit around and blame yourself for him hurting you. No, no, it's all on him. He doesn't care for you like that. He doesn't respect you like that. And that's why he does it. He does it because he can. And he can get away with it. And it's control over you. If a man can come and beat you down, he feels elevated. The type of men who beat women, who put their hands on women, who feel like they need to do that, these men are weak otherwise. But if they can dominate a woman, it makes them feel big. Now, in their regular lives, they may appear weak to other people. They may be weak on the job. They don't have any power wherever they're coming from. But with you, they feel powerful because they can talk to you any way they want to. They can do you any way they want to. And when they get aggravated and frustrated about anything, they can lay hands on you when they want to. And you're not going anywhere. You'll sit there and take it. And then blame yourself for it. All right, ladies, come out of the fog. Wake up. And you say, and the crazy thing is I still feel bad for him because I know the idea of him having a family made him happy. Really? You know that? Apparently, it didn't make him happy enough to try to keep it together. Ladies, please, maybe him being in your life is what made you feel a little happy. Not when he was abusing you, but it made you feel happy just to have him there, just to have him to show up every day or whenever he shows up. It makes you happy. It makes you feel like you are not alone. It makes you feel like you got somebody. You got a man. No matter what he does to you, you got one. You understand? Some women have that mindset. Just to have a man is enough. You say, he apologized repeatedly. And like a fool, I have empathy for him still. Of course you do. Because you haven't healed. You haven't healed from the abuse. As a matter of fact, you have accepted it like it's a part of the relationship. It's a part of being with him. So you sit around and take his abuse. Now, the thing is, you're not happy with the abuse, but you feel like it goes with him. So to have him, you got to accept this. And apparently, he has the income to give you money when you need it. So you don't want to let that fish go. When you need money, you can go over there, and you feel like take a beating, it's not that bad. You see, at least you got the money you needed. Ladies, don't live your life like that. Stand on your own 2 feet. Listen, ladies, there are plenty positions out here that you can do at home. You don't have to go out to make money. You can make money right at your own home. There's plenty of companies hiring people to work from home. You don't have to deal with him, and you don't have to beg him for anything. Now, I think this is just your boyfriend, so you should be able to just break it off. He's not your husband, you see. And this child, is this child his? Even if the child is his or if it isn't his, you still should not stay in an abusive relationship. It is detrimental for your child to see this kind of activity because your child will grow up thinking it's normal to see mom getting beat up every now and then. It's normal. All right. And if it's a little girl child, she'll accept that in her life. She'll probably attract the same type of man in her life. And if it's a boy child, he'll say, oh, that's the way you treat women to get them in line, to get them to do whatever you want them to do. You got to lay hands on them. That's what if he's a son, that's what he's learning from you and this man being together. Ladies, you need to look at your situation. But it all boils down to you loving yourself and knowing who you really are. You don't have to be his doormat at all. And it doesn't matter your age either, ladies. You are a gift. You are a prize to a man. And if he doesn't treat you like that, you're with the wrong man. And you need to come away from that and you need to work on yourself until the right man comes along. But the right man is not going to come along unless you change the way you feel about yourself. If you don't, you're going to attract the same type of man back to you again. All right? This is what you need to understand. You attract these people into your life. And if you are attracting abusive people, then you need to work on yourself to elevate your emotions, to be more positive in your life. And then you will attract positivity. I hope you understand the message today. Why he hurts you on purpose. He hurts you on purpose because it gives him self-gratification to hurt you. He likes hurting you. He likes slapping you around, controlling you, putting you in your place. He does it on purpose. It's not a mistake, ladies. So if you're with a man that hurts you, you need to leave. And not make excuses for him. And don't blame yourself. You did nothing wrong. It's him. He has anger issues. And you do not need to be with him. I hope you understand the message today. And I really hope that it helps someone. Now, those of you who may have a question that you'd like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. And if you're looking for today's affirmation, the link is also in the description. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you for your comments and your letters. And a very special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best. And I really hope to see you next time.